So it's the middle of March, well, March 9th, and we are barreling towards this giant local national show that is local for the MCA at the beginning of April, and we're just going to see what we can get accomplished between now and then. It's a bit disappointing to see the car not even really in roller form, but this is the journey, and we can't be upset about what didn't happen. We can be excited for what is happening and celebrate small victories any way we can. So we're going to start out today. I think what we're going to do is we're going to fix that situation over there. Right here is a support bracket that keeps the rest of that side of the car from falling down into place where it's supposed to align with the floor. So we're going to remove that bracket. We're going to see if we can't get the floor in a better position to see that it's all lined up properly, to continue to prepare for welding everything together. Once we get that bracket removed, then we're going to go back and work on the front end with the torque boxes and make sure we get all those pieces worked out, because we can't put the car together until we've figured out all these pieces, where they go, the relationship between them and the ones that they're being attached to, and so on and so forth, before we can even line everything up, lock it in, and start welding it. So let's get started. As always, proper safety gear is always recommended by me and our shop and my company. If you own safety gear, use safety gear. If you don't own safety gear, buy some safety gear. If you can't buy some safety gear, borrow some safety gear. Safety. See if we can cut a little more of that corner. Although I don't know that we really can. That should be good. Let's break out a hammer and see if what we can do to hammer that side down. You can see that this is still above where it needs to be. Much higher over there because that was where the car was struck in the accident that caused it to be the way it is. So that side is much higher than over here. This is up about an inch and a half. But we really would like to get this to sit down so we can locate all the rest of the spots back here. So let's get out a hammer and see what we can do over there. Oh, hey, ugh. Hey, ugh. Oh. Woo. And we don't have to worry about damaging anything over there, but we will use a piece of wood. That's not a bad idea. I'm glad you guys thought of that. See what we can do to convince this to go down where it's supposed to go. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Okay. Oh, hey, that's what you call an adjustment. Oh, hey, that's what you call a real adjustment. If all else fails, just hit it harder, I guess. Okay, so this is level. That's level. This is a little high back here, but I don't know if there's a way for me to hit that. Let's try up here and see if that does anything. Oh, hey. He's deflecting that piece. Just keep hitting it until it does something substantial. Still up about a ½ an inch. Know that it's really moving. Know that there's no way to get in there to really hit it down any further. But again, this side's gonna, this whole section's gonna come off. Now we're a little low. Okay, well, it's definitely much more into position than it was. As you can see back here, there's an indentation right here, and that's pretty level across the top of that indentation as well. It's hard to know if it's centered or not, so maybe we can try to come up with a way to figure out where the center is. And in order to do that, we can utilize a couple tools that we have. Let's see if we can make that happen. Let's try that. Let's see. This will be kind of fun. Watch this. So what I have here, oh, the lighting is terrible in this place. What I have here is a laser level, both vertical and horizontal. So what this does is it shoots out a beam of light. Oh! And it'll shoot out a beam of light in actually 3 different directions, X, Y, and Z axis. So if we set this up at the front of the car and shoot it down the center, we can kind of see in relationship to the center of the floor how centered the body might be. So let's set that up on a tripod and see what that does. First thing we have to do is we have to take the firewall back off because it'll be blocking a lot of the light. So let's rearrange our cameras. Okay, so let's take the firewall back off for the 453rd time. And then we'll set up that laser in the front of the car. Lasers. Tell me that I can't have some freaking laser beams in my freaking Mustang. Now, the other thing I did was I took the cap off of this bottle of degreaser. Oh, and I never put it back on, so that's not smart. We want to do smart things here in the garage, not bad things. We want to do smart things because that's always good to do smart things. All right, so now, excuse me, sir, pardon me, thank you very much. You're in my way. We're now, once again, removing the firewall from the car. And now attempting to place the laser beam. Okay. Are you with me? You're with me. Okay. So now we're going to take this guy and we're going to put him here. And the funny thing about Mustangs, funny, interesting, is there's a lot of asymmetrical situations. So finding the center is going to be a balance of what is right and what is not right. Okay, so let's turn this way. Wait. Okay. So let's go high. Let's do a couple marks for reference that we can kind of try to line up. And I know I have, yeah, I do. I have these fabulous paint markers. So we'll use silver. And try to find some points along the transmission tunnel, drive shaft tunnel, to see if we can get a decent spot from one side to the other. So, for example, there we go. From inside to inside is 54 3/4. 54 3/4 divided by 2 is 27 3/8. So let's see where 27 3/8 brings us in the center. 27 . 27 3/8 is right about there. That looks pretty good. And let's see if we can get another one up here. 27 3/8 is about there. Now the other challenge is this thing wants to move around. So you have to get it centered in so that it isn't moving and that those two lines line up. Let's do one more over here. 27 3/8. Okay. So we now have 3 different marks on the tunnel. One here, one over here, and one up there. Let's see if we can line up the laser. Laser! Taser face. Let's line up the laser and see if we can get good on those 3 marks. And at least we'll be lined up for the floor assembly. And of course, this is going to be very wonky. Oh, that's pretty darn good. I can't see, oh, because the thing is in the way. That's got to be right because these two are dead on. Those two are dead on. Okay, I wish I would have a measurement in the light so we can see, what did I say, 27 3/8? Yeah, that's pretty darn close. That one is like right on, and that one is right on too. See, I can't really tell over there because, let's do this. Let's move the laser closer so we have more potential access to a light in that section. Okay, that's not helpful. Let's turn you around, put you on the other side. Oh, that's much better. Hopefully this will pick up on camera. Okay, we're off that way a little bit. Okay. What's kind of cool is the silver reflects on the green. So I can see when it's dead on because it becomes very bright. Such the smallest amount of adjustment. And that was too much. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's pretty close. Man, that looks right there. I'm gonna give it one more nudge. All three are glowing. I'm gonna check that last one. I don't know if that picks up on camera. They're like literally glowing. I don't know if that picks up or not, but the silver glows bright when it's hit by the green laser, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now I have to mark and see how centered the body is. And where's my laser? Where's my marker? So this is the problem, is I got to get in the car to mark that back over there. Let's see how much this is going to move around when I get in it. There you go, place to sit. All right, so now let's measure. It's good for not grabbing the cap to that. That's brilliant, Nicholas. Let's measure here and see what this is. $27.25. $27.25. That can't be right. What the heck are you talking about? 21.25. $21 even. So it needs to go this way And that makes sense because there's a gap over there and we didn't want that gap over there. So let me see if I can put a block of wood here and see if I can move 27 1/4. I need to move it that way more, if we can. Okay, we'll leave this over here. Take out the adjustment tool. Okay, let's measure that again. Good, everything's moved. Let's do the whole thing. Actually, we can do up here. Let's see. Up here. 40. 40 and 5/8. 40 and 5/8. 5/8 is 10/16. 40 and 10/16 divided by 2 is 20 and 5/16. So the center of this panel up here is 20. Good Lord have mercy. 20 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/16. That's the center line, and not this guy. Okay. So do we have a way of measuring up here? Can't see anything at all. I can't see anything at all. Okay. Stay. Stay. 43 and 1/8. 43 divided by 2 is 21 and 1/2. Well, does that mean that that's not centered on that indentation? Well, it's possible too. So we'll measure it just to say 43.5 plus the 16th is actually right about here. 43.5 plus the 16th is right about there, which lines up well with that. We'll take that as a good measurement. I would love to get one down. Oh, come back here. I would love to get one down here. Hey, there's the cap. I'd love to get a measurement down here. Let's see how reliable this is going to be. 42 and a quarter. 42 and a quarter is 21 and an eighth. 21 and an eighth is right there. Let's see if we can get one down here. 42 and a half is 21. Oh, this tape measure is terrible. I can just see myself. 21 and a quarter. Because it widens out at the bottom. So that's the center. So now let's see if we can line up the body, these 4 marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the mark that's on the floor assembly. Let's see how close we can get to that. Oh my gosh. I know I'm going to hurt myself. Goodness. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see how close it is with us having hit that thing on this side. Let's see. Let us see. Let's see what we shall see. Oh. Okay, so you can keep an eye on that back part there. And let's see what we accomplished doing all this measuring. This is the slow, painful, tedious process of getting everything in the right place before you lock everything together. Yeah. Man, those marks glow so bright when they hit. Oh, that's super close. Okay, so what I see from my eye is first mark is on, second mark is like right there, the third mark is like a little bit off this side, and the body is a little bit too far this way, which makes sense for the things that are preventing it from moving that way. So I think we're actually doing very well with positioning. And now what we've accomplished now is, what we've done so far is we have at least established the center line of the floor and the center line of the body. And it will just be up to us to kind of get this centered up when we actually get to the point that we're welding things together. Because there's a good half-inch gap here, and that's about where we are over here being off, which is, I could see a gap in there. So I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that.